Hello everyone out there. Today we're going to do Libra. See what's going on with the fellow Libras out there. See what's going on in their love life and what else kind of comes to mind. We're going to look at the present or past situation as it comes in. Then we're going to look at for new ones and singles. So by the end, so if you want to stick around. And so also please like, subscribe, and share these videos. Also love to hear your comments and anything like that. Please don't personally message me. Put them in the comments with actually YouTube. Everybody keeps messaging me personally. It's like, I appreciate the feedback, but I keep pointing, it's like, no, put that for others to see too. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and if you're interested in setting up a private reading, I'll leave it down in the comments to where you can actually look into that, and yeah, I'll leave my website and everything for you there. So, without further ado, let's take a peek and see what's going on with you Libras. See what's going on with Libras. Yeah. It's like I'm seeing already kind of just distance when it comes to what I'm being shown. You're taking a break from things. A lot of you from the stories that are coming in are just getting over a relationship, or not getting over, but you've recently left a relationship that you're kind of heartached over. Also, I'm getting multiple stories, so I'm also seeing some of you that are actually getting further into a relationship that's been around for a long time. So, well, let's see where this goes, okay? All right, let's see what's going on. Already starting out with the Queen of Swords. Just fell out. So let's see what that's... I think to me this is speaking about taking action. To me also kind of feels like taking action for yourself, like I was just explaining. But let's see what comes out. So I got the Two of Swords already falling out. Withdrawing and kind of you're not wanting something new, or you're not sure of something new, and you're not sure if you're over the past too. But I can see you're healing. I can see you're taking the time for it. So this has to obviously do with the Libras that are taking some time for themselves. If this isn't your story, that's cool. Not everything I say is going to resonate with you. I'm picking up multiple stories, so it's like if it doesn't resonate, then it's not yours, okay? I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of it, though. So I'm kind of looking at the most recent past, and so I'm seeing the Knight of Coins reversed. I feel like you're really taking control of what's going on with you and realizing you've kind of lost some things, and that's kind of explaining to me how you're really holding on to yourself at the moment, focusing in on your money and where you want to take yourself. You're seeing destinations out there where you want to take things. I'm also getting the Knight of Wands, or not the Knight of Wands, or Page of Wands, I apologize. And then also the Knight of Swords reversed. So instead of rushing into things, you're really taking a break when it comes to most recently going in. It's like you're not rushing into things like you normally would. You're really taking that time for yourself to see where you're going with things. So to me, this is really obviously just speaking about the Libras that are single. So I guess we're going to start with the single Libras and where you're going, or just a collective kind of as it comes in. What's going on with the present? That's kind of the most recent past, by the way. Let's look at the present. So you're having reflections on what it was with your emotions, because I'm getting the King of Cups reversed, and I'm also getting the Hierophant, and I'm also getting Judgment. So this is literally, as it's being spread out to me, it's like you're really kind of observing where your emotions may have gotten in the way of this past relationship, or that you're starting to see the value in the things that weren't kind of quite said, if that makes sense. Where you should have talked more or should have pulled back more, if that makes sense. Because the Hierophant's kind of explaining that's the lesson you're learning and from what's going on with this. Your emotions are being pulled back, or you're viewing what's going on and taking the golden chunks. And that's what they're actually kind of an advice thing, actually, I kind of feel like. you're kind of seeing how things played out as you're reviewing that whole past relationship, because that's what Judgment's kind of speaking about. Literally, when I'm seeing like I'm saying, so I'm seeing the Hierophant, and I'm seeing the King of Cups, and I'm also getting Judgment. So this is literally speaking about just reflecting over everything, seeing what caused what, how it unfolded, and you're reviewing not to repeat that little pattern maybe. So we'll see about the future when it comes to this is going in, okay? This obviously has to be, like I say, this is just kind of, sorry that it kind of came out differently. So we're looking at the single Libras, it looks like first, just as it's coming out. You know, you want something to come in, but you're not sure of it, and you're also holding yourself back, like, you know what, I'm just going to do me. And it's like, and that's cool. That's exactly what you should be doing, because it's like I'm seeing the Queen of Coins. She's got her, it's reversed and things, and that's me like reflecting. It's like, well, what I'm seeing with that is you're just kind of going in and you're having that self-dialogue, and you're focused in on yourself, your money, but it's like you're focusing in on where you're putting yourself and where you're going with the future with things. Instead of putting it out there for other people, I think you've learned some pretty good lessons. How much farther you're supposed to push yourself out there for people, and how much you're supposed to pull back. Because it seems like some of you have experienced that, because I'm getting the Nine of Swords reversed. So you're understanding you probably gave too much in this past relationship, and things were starting to backfire, and then you gave not enough, and it started to backfire too. Is something I'm also kind of feeling with this, because this is all about the karmic thing and the cycle you've been in, as it's kind of at the bottom when it comes to the Nine of Swords reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. This is speaking to me. It's like you're starting to see that, and what caused and went on with that relationship, and what's caused you to be stuck, literally. So this may be speaking, by the way, more than just singles. This could be also going on with just, like I say, it's kind of a past, present, and future. I kind of wanted to throw out as just the intuition kind of had me want to do. But in the center, it's like in the center of this whole thing, I'm really getting, it's like the Hierophant is the biggest thing screaming to me for you, and you're seeing the lessons you're learning. You're reflecting, you're learning this lesson, so you're as not to repeat it for in your future and things. And right now, I just see you kind of doing your own thing. You're hopeful for the future, but it's like you're not hooked and obsessed with it. Like, oh, I need this relationship to make me feel better. I think you've realized that relationship's never going to make you feel better. Always outwardly looking for things. It's never where true happiness is found. You're actually stepping up to the plate and understanding, even though there's still hurt there, by the way. I'm still seeing, you know, you're releasing this, even though it's reversed, you're starting to see that it is still present in your life. So you're really having that come out, and you're observing what's going on with you. And that is the lesson in itself. You're learning to find that, you know, coming back into yourself, healing, reviewing, cutting all the cords, whatever you want to call it. It's like transmuting that energy that was all that negative stuff that you've been forcing yourself out of you forever in this past little bit of area we've been going through. And now you're starting to see all the gems and the wisdom. And that's exactly what you should be doing. You're right where you should be with that, seriously. So let's look at how this is all kind of connected. We're going to dive in deep for the singles, I guess. Let's see what's going on. So kind of again, so I'm also getting the Seven of Swords, and to me that's like the stuff that you kind of were holding back. You're holding back your emotions and holding back where you were going when it came to the past into the present. You're understanding, I can understand the guardedness, and it's like you're trying to hold on to your emotions, but you may have been thinking about it a little too much, but it's like you're really trying to hold back, yet you held back too much, when probably you should have spoke up more instead of overthinking it. So this is a common air sign issue. I feel your pain, but this is explaining that what's going on with you in the recent past is you're realizing that as it's stepping into the future, that you were holding back. Speak your mind, speak your feelings, you know, with what was going on with the past and the future. It's like, just let it out. Also I'm getting, so it's like I got the Page of Rods, and then I'm also getting the Hierophant, and as I'm kind of crossing over and seeing what's going on with like the Nine of Pentacles, I'm seeing you're finding the abundance and all the value you've learned in seeing what's going on with the learning lessons specifically. Like I said, it's just reevaluating everything I've kind of already been picking up. So let's go on to the bottom. And as you're kind of withdrawing and you're looking and you're doing all that self-reflection, you're really finding the balance back in being by yourself, because I'm getting Libra here, Miss Justice. And it's like you're finding that balance again, and you're finding yourself getting, instead of being like this, the scales are starting to focus in and get more clear to where they're actually more balanced for you. So good for you. And going into the future from the present, it's all about work for you, literally. So it's like when I'm seeing like the King of Cups, and I'm also seeing the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Remember I was telling you about money? You're focusing it on your work. You're focusing it on what you want to get accomplished in this world. And that's where you're going with the future. Okay, so it's like, that's where it should be. It's like you need to focus back on yourself. And when it comes to a relationship, look, the relationship will show up when it's ready. By the way, I have a feeling you've got multiple avenues of different relationships coming in. Yeah. When it comes to the learning lesson and things like that, you're going to find your happiness when it comes to the Ten of Cups. You're literally going to find that family showing up, that whole thing, because you are doing all the hard work and looking and introspecting, transmuting all of that stuff from the past into the present. You're learning the lessons and things that you've chosen yourself to learn. So, look, when it comes to, I'm getting this over the the Tower over the Wheel of Fortune. To me, that's like the Tower is like, look, you're breaking the cycles when you're understanding where's coming from with all these fated things. So it's like, and you're also kind of finding your inner strength, but it's moving you on to the future. But anyway, let's look at basic advice. Wow, this just kind of turned into a whole general for Libras. Again, if it's not your story, it's not your story. But let's see what else is going on when it comes to the ones that are in a current relationship. But actually, let me look at the singles real quick. We'll finish the singles up. The ones that are most recently out of a relationship. Advice for you, but I kind of, more advice for what I'm picking up, other than what I've been kind of saying. Advice for you Libras. Just gonna do 3 cards as it's being told. So I'm getting the 10 of Rods, I'm getting the 4 of Swords reversed, and I'm getting the 9 of Rods reversed as well. Let's get some validation. You've taken that time for yourself, and that's great. I want you to be a little bit more selfish. It's like I can understand some of you are getting sick of doing all this self-work and things like that. That's cool. I'm still going to tell you to be selfish, because I'm getting just to kind of clarify, I was getting the Magician reversed. And to me, that's not, it's about manifesting and doing your own thing, but it's like being in a place for yourself and understanding that it's time for you to focus completely on yourself and make the world that you want to make. So it's obviously the Magician writes it up as the same kind of thing. It's getting out there and just manifesting and you're mastering, master making things and being that master magician. Because you got the cups, you got the pentacles, you got the swords, and you got the rods. Everything is right there for you to be that master magician. You've balanced everything, but right now it's talking about, because it's reversed, like, it's still doing that time, even though 4 of Swords is reversed. To me, it's speaking about, look, you've been doing a lot of self-work, you've been isolating yourself, pulling in and focusing on the future and things like that. Keep continuing to do that, but do it in a way that you're not so focused in on being cautious. Letting go is the advice of the cautions and things like that. So let's look at some prospects that are new coming in, then we'll dive right into what else is going on with the current relationship, the people that are still experiencing a relationship. Let's see what's new for you as far as relationship is going. I am seeing that you already have prospects. You are kind of focused in on the past relationship. So that's something you got to start letting go of, I would say. Because you don't want to block the current relationship that is coming in for you. So I'm seeing new opportunities showing up for you. I'm getting the 10 of coins, which is talking about like your real happiness and your real family that you've been looking for, and that satisfaction. Like I was getting earlier, the 10 of cups. Now, you know, when it came to the looking at the future, but this is actually explaining the same thing. But I am seeing different prospects. Could be a fire sign. Could be Scorpio too is kind of showing up here. It could be a water sign as well. But you got different things showing up, lots of different change and transformation that you're going through. And the one thing I want to point out is 7 of Rods is reversed, so it's like releasing your caution and things. So it's like you have, I think you got a couple of different men and women, depending on, you know, what your orientation is to what you're looking for coming in for you. So it's like you got options, but you need to release whatever's kind of still going on with that past thing. I think you're pretty much over it, but it's like you're not sure if what you want is going to be what you want, or you're not seeing it in the right way. Because I already feel like a lot of you already have someone around you, but you're not seeing it in a way it's like, oh, this is the relationship I'm looking at, because you're still fresh out of that last one. You might be comparing that last one to this new one. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get that picture out of your mind. There's the advice. You know, throw that away. Step on that. It's gonna block what's coming in. So it's like you don't want that to happen. So let's look at the ones that are in current relationships, and then we'll dive right into singles. Just to kind of finish up, by the way, that past relationship, I don't need to throw cards down. It's like, let it go. The reason it happened is it happened for a reason, for you to learn from. And it's completed its time, okay? It's completed its process. So move on from that past relationship, because just to confirm that for you. You're moving into bigger, brighter things. You're focusing on work. You got the new relationships kind of showing up. So anyway, let's go to current. For you Libras that are in a current relationship. I can see some of you current. The first thing that's kind of coming to mind is the stories coming in. Is this like there's some, you're in a relationship, you're looking at options and destinations. So it's like you're overthinking a little bit, I feel like, but you're coming to a place that's not overthinking. Let me rephrase that. I feel like you've become more calm in the relationship and understanding. You're seeing the hopeful and potentialities with the relationship. I take that back with the overthinking. I'm just looking specifically at you at the moment and how you're viewing this person. I kind of feel like you're learning how to let go of your power a little bit, which you're really used to having that power and that control. And you're really viewing that other person like you're giving them some more of that control, which is a good thing. It's a relationship. You're looking at needing to give that sometimes. Someone you can trust. You need to express your emotions a little more, because I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles, and then I'm getting the Cups, Page of Cups reversed. So to me, Page of Cups, when I see that, is always about communication, feelings, not communication, but feelings, and what you're communicating messages that way, through your feelings. But it's reversed, and to me, that's speaking with the two of these as this story is kind of playing out. I almost see like your shoulders over here and you're like falling like this, and you're trying to figure out how to express your emotions more, maybe a little more with this person. Or it's them and you're not feeling that they're communicating to you enough with emotions and getting a handle on it and getting it grounded, if that makes sense. Now I'm getting the 3 of Cups and getting Aquarius. Reversed. know what? Hold on. Let's see. What is that? You know, maybe that person may be spending a little more time with other people, or they're just spending time with other people, not even a lot. And I think you're kind of having an issue with that, as it's uneasing you, if we use those words. So let's see what's going on with them and how they're viewing you. You know, I kind of feel like they've been waiting a while for you to make up your mind about them, and I feel like they're really into you, like a lot. I think they're emotionally invested in you, and they're getting to a point to where they're seeing you a little unbalanced over a certain amount of time, and now I feel like they're wondering where they're going to be putting themselves with you. What I mean is, like, are they going to be going in and actually doing something to invest themselves? Because I feel like you've been off kilter a little bit, not opening up and sharing specifically. And their intuition's not viewing you in the way that you'd want it. Because I'm getting the two, I'm getting the High Priestess and I'm getting the World reversed. Look, so the way I feel that is they're really coming from a place of like, what's going on? Where are we going? How is this going to turn out? And I feel like they've been in it for the long haul. And maybe you've been a little closed down emotionally and in your head a little too much. And they're wanting to know, it's like, is this the place to go with you? So, yeah, so now I'm getting the Three of Swords reversed, and then I'm also getting the Tower. So that's literally what I'm kind of feeling, is that they're really wondering, is this, I'm here, I'm glad that you've kind of come forward and paid attention, actually noticed me recently, but the thing I'm kind of feeling with this is their heartache and their stress is like, look, they're reevaluating when it comes to the relationship. So let's look at advice for your current relationship, people. Let's look at some advice. What should you do? And I would appreciate it if this resonates, please make some comments down below. I'd love to hear your feedback and everything when it comes to what's going on. Let's see what the advice is. So I kind of also do feel like you, ones that are in that current relationship with the Libras, you're also focused in on the money and what you're building. I want you to focus in on what you're doing, though, because I'm getting the Empress reverse. The reverse, it's like it's time for you to be building and doing all of those things, but make sure you're balancing that out, Libras, balancing your time with stuff when it comes to relationship and work. Don't be focusing in on one or the other. I know we're focusing on work at the moment, but I can see the advice is like I'm getting the 10 of Swords and I'm also getting the 8 of Wands, and they're right side up as the advice, but I'm also seeing like the Ace of Wands, and I'm getting the Knight of Pentacles showing up here. And to me, what this is kind of explaining is, look, you've come out of a lot of stress, you're still not over it, but it's like a lot of good things and a lot of good opportunities are coming in for you when it comes to the relationship and work sense. So it's like, I want you to kind of just step up, see the value in things, and understand that there is a lot of things that are working for you, but it's all in the way you approach it. So don't beat it with like a bat, if I can use this analogy. It's like you want to go over there instead of, it's like nurturing someone. You want to like put their hand on their shoulder or something like that and be there and listen, instead of going over there and like hitting them on the back. There's a better analogy. What I mean by this is obviously, it's like go about it carefully. Don't come in at a way of like getting overly aggressive. Be present, open, and see what's going on. So be observant of what's going on in your past couple of days so you can see the future. It's like, okay, how do I handle this? What have I done in the past couple of days? So review your day in your mind at the end of the day to kind of see how can I make better decisions, and how can I communicate better? Am I being there enough for my lover? Am I being there enough for all of these things? So that's what I would literally say. When you get in and you do that kind of stuff, it's a great practice, reviewing your day, seeing where you're going. So when you can see what you've done in the past, if you've made mistakes, and then you're reviewing it in your mind as you're falling asleep, you're going to get great dreams. They're going to help put you in a way to actually see through those to help get you to where you need to go in the future. But by owning your mistakes in the way you communicated and looking at yourself, and then you view yourself like, oh, did I really act like that? That gives you the chance to look into the future with open eyes to not repeat those patterns. And this can be used for relationships or the money thing, where you're putting all your 2 cents and stuff in. So, all right, we started off with singles. We got into the current ones that are in a current relationship. Like I said, when it comes to relationships, I already see a few of you that are single getting into relationships, but let's see if there's any just general advice going around. Like I said, with the past person, it's in the past, let it go. You know, for you, those of you that are interested in the past person, it served its purpose. Take the gems and why it happened, understand why it happened, transmuting all of that stuff as to what happened in the relationship, because I think it happened for a reason, to perpetuate you into the next part of your stage of your life, this whole paradigm of thinking. Instead of being, let's say you were maybe too codependent with that person, or they were too codependent with you, or it's both. I feel like there was a codependency on the both of you. Look, that's not the paradigm we're moving into. It's time for you to go look into the future, where it's like finding that self-love and that introspection like you're already doing. Continue to do that for you singles. And moving into a place where it's not codependency. It's fully being invested and involved with yourself and loving yourself with the both of you. So anyway, I think that's kind of all the messages that I need to give out for all the Libras, to be honest with you. That just kind of feels like it's done with all the advice and stuff. So please like, subscribe, and share. Again, please put some comments in there. I'd love to hear some feedback. So, and again, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, go down and look at the comments. I will leave the information down there. Okay? You guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.